Negativity, anxiety, and depression can be a presenting issue that clients bring, so they'll want to have that issue resolved. Now, this issue type in particular is one where clients will often also want to know, why am I like this? Why do I have this anxiety? Where does this negativity come from? Why am I depressed like this and others aren't? So sometimes they want the resolution and the explanation. So we can go back to past lives and see the cause, and we'll often find that the frame that they were looking through then made sense and was appropriate. But they're bringing their old past life frame into this present life where it's now outdated, it doesn't make sense, and it's inappropriate. So if these presenting issues seem relevant to you, you can download the audio attached to this video. It's a near hour-long session that will go through this, and it will cover some of the key points and principles that we talk about in this video. So let's now look at some of the patterns that come up for this specific presenting issue as a generalized case study. The present life issue at its core is that clients are carrying ingrained thoughts and emotions as negativity. The client has positive circumstances but sees them through a negative frame. There can be anxiety. They may have generalized anxiety disorder, social phobia, or panic attacks. There can be depression. The clients may have low self-esteem or not engaging with the world because there's no point. The past life cause can mean that past events and lives have an ongoing effect. So with negativity, you can regress and find a life where there were positive life circumstances that led to a negative outcome materially or spiritually. Wealth and status can be a positive circumstance, but it can make them a target. So to them, more money just means more problems. They may have been murdered due to their money or status. They may have married for money but been miserable. They may have had a life of wealth but also had guilt because it was based on corruption or exploitation. They may have had a life of indulgence and had the positive circumstances of being able to fulfill every desire, but realized towards the end of their life that it was a wasted opportunity. They overindulged and didn't get to advance spiritually. They ended up suffering because so much of what we can perceive as being a positive thing ends up having a negative consequence. People with anxiety, you can discover past lives where they had negative past life circumstances, and this led to a negative outcome, which could be any mode of death, injury, or loss that they experience themselves or witness. This can teach them that the trigger always happens and leads to a worst case outcome. For depression, you can regress to past life circumstances that created limiting beliefs or ingrained a pattern of low self-worth. These can be lives where our clients was an inferior in times where there was severe class systems or education only for the elite, or individuals or groups of people throughout history who've been enslaved or dominated. The past life bond can be for negativity, a vow like, I don't want to have positive things again. They lead to negatives. With anxiety, people can be excessively alert to every possible danger. Things that did happen to them in the past, they vow, I won't let that happen again. For depression, people can go through lifetimes giving themselves the suggestion, I'm not good enough. A guy like me has no chance to achieve that. We can break the bonds of time for negativity by saying, I allow whatever circumstances to play out. We go beyond judging positive or negative. For anxiety, we can say, I release old, outdated worries and anxieties from past lives. For depression, we can say, I have more resources and opportunities than ever now, and I have the energy and ability to use them. We reframe by recognizing that clients were stuck in the frame of a past life. We introduce a new frame to clear past prejudice and move forward with spiritual growth. For negativity as a script to say to your client, you can say, in a past life, you learned that what appeared to be positive can have a negative outcome. From this, you learned a frame of negativity. Yet using this logic, also what appears to be negative can have a positive outcome. So we never really know if something is negative or positive. The real lesson you learned was not to be negative, but to have non-judgment. You can now adopt a frame of more spiritual and ultimate reality. For anxiety, we can say, anxieties in this life are an overreaction because of issues in past lives that made sense then, but they are over now. It was helpful to be anxious about the thing that hurt or killed you in the past life, but it is not helpful to cling on to trying to protect yourself from something that has already happened. You can't protect yourself from an event in the distant past. You can act with appropriate care as you move forward to fulfill your soul's purpose in future. For depression, we can say to the client, souls are not inferior or superior. They all take roles to experience every facet of human existence and to grow spiritually. To take a challenging life as an inferior actually shows a superior soul that can now grow beyond these judgments and assessments of dualistic good or bad. So the intention or plan of action for negativity can be, you can release old emotions or one-sided limiting interpretations from the past and be clear in the moment. Appreciate the isness of things without the human conditioned subjective judgment. For anxiety, you are more present in the now, giving appropriate care, but not inappropriate, dangerous, excessive anxieties due to past lives. Your anxieties get smaller and smaller, just enough to motivate you to act and stay truly safe. For depression, in this life you are better educated and have more opportunities to advance your life circumstances. The world has changed for the better, so with this clarity comes a new, more accurate positivity. You begin to reconnect with your skills and abilities and realize you can put them into action.